You've clicked this video because the title intrigued you. There's no way you can actually have a second brain, right? Despite not being able to grow a second physical brain right next to your own, there are actually ways to double your power to memorize, organize, and store information. Building a Second Brain is the name of a popular online course by Tiago Forte that teaches you how mastering how you save and store your ideas can help making them a reality. And that can only happen when you're successful in creating a second brain, which is an external, centralized, digital repository for the things you learn and the resources from which they come. Building a second brain is a methodology for saving and remembering everything you've gained through your experience, by using tools that are now available to most people and that can enhance that experience, which are technology and networks. We've never been online as much as we have this year, and the way we rely on software and technology, especially in work, school, and other productive tasks, has never been more discussed. We manage more information than we actually notice, from things we see online, to texts, random memos, to actual courses and webinars, podcasts, YouTube videos, and so much more. There's an incredible amount of information sourced in all of these mediums. There's a lot of information that you hear and find valuable, but without storing it properly, you'll never be able to use or implement again. If you did save that valuable information, you would have an ongoing record of discoveries and lessons that would allow you to take actionable insights for any situation. The more scattered your information is, the more likely you are to fail in remembering or going back to any of it. Tiago uses two words to achieve a second brain: code and para. Let's start with code. Code stands for collect, organize, distill, and express. Your second brain needs a place to collect the various snippets of information you encounter during the day. The way you record this information is up to you. You can use a note-taking app, a web clipper, an app that manages to-do lists, or even a properly formatted document. I'm a fan of Notion, especially for this purpose, because it's ridiculously flexible and powerful, and I have a lot of fun working with it. Then you need to organize that information, and that's when the system called para comes in. P stands for projects, which are series of tasks linked to a goal. A project can be something like developing a plan, attending a course, writing a report, or planning for a party. These are all actionable tasks. A stands for areas of activities that you want to maintain over time. Examples include health, finances, travel, house maintenance, work, or school. You maintain areas which are comprised of less actionable or non-actionable information so you can achieve projects. R stands for resources for topics or themes of ongoing interest, such as videography, gardening, architecture, or surfing. And then A again stands for archive, for inactive items from the other categories. After you organize the information according to the para method, it's time to distill, which is summarizing your information progressively and deleting everything that is not relevant. This is crucial in the long run when you find you have collected a large amount of information that is difficult to navigate through. And once you've collected and organized everything, there comes the best part: express. You share what you've learned with the world, because hoarding information has no purpose if you aren't sharing it with the world, either via a raw format or a more structured way. So, going back to the para system. Areas mean responsibility, and they have a standard that has to be maintained indefinitely, or at least until you stop being interested in that area. The continuous attention that it requests of you makes it harder to keep on track with new information and new values, but it also allows you to create different projects. Tiago gives a few examples on this. Publishing a book is a project, whereas writing is an area. Saving 3 months' worth of expenses is a project, whereas finances is an area. A vacation to Thailand is a project, whereas travel is an area. projects have completion dates that amount to a goal that has to be achieved. By completing these projects, your success on that area increases as a general rule. But how should you do this exactly? While Tiago is a fan of using the best software for each project or area and then replicates the organization system across different platforms, I prefer to use one platform only, and I use Notion, because I literally can't find anything that Notion can't organize correctly. So in Notion, my own personal planner is in a single workspace and has 4 main folders. One for projects, other for areas, other for resources, and other for archive. And you've guessed it, this is the Paris system. Inside my project folder is my project list, which is the sum of all the projects I'm currently working on, independently of their phase of production. Each project can be subdivided into different sub-projects according to their level of complexity. Each project has a main page, and will link any resources or areas pages that can be useful for the completion of that project. The idea here is to have a variety of projects. Some of them can be completed over a span of years, others over a span of weeks or days. Adding some novelty to your work while you feel like you are progressing in your knowledge of each area of interest will help motivate you. The resources folder is where you should compile everything related to your research. It's supposed to be full of valuable information that can be accessed anytime. The archive will be the folder where any completed or discarded projects or areas of interest are stored, just in case. Actually, most goals in your life will come from an exercise of introspection related to your areas of interest. But goals that say interests only cannot be completed or will simply become hobbies. If you want to act on those goals, you need to translate them into well-defined projects that should include intentional habits, to-dos, workflows, and timelines. Areas of interest are different and act as repositories of information and include other type of less focused interactions. Finally, your para method should also never go more than 4 levels deep. This will make sure that you're centralizing your information while making it adaptable. Tiago recommends these levels to basically represent a hierarchy of applications, stacks, notebooks, and nodes. So the second brain method is huge, and it's impossible to delve into all the details in a short video. The key here is to know that you should be using technology and networks to compile information in a way that is accessible but centralized, and be able to separate actionable information that can be translated into projects from non-actionable information. Using the para method will help guide you through this process and help automate some of this collection of information and processing. For more resources about the second brain, you can check out the description box below for some useful links and videos. Also, make sure you access and collect information correctly. It's fundamental today, and knowing how to put it into practice will make sure you actually get the most out of the overload of data you access every day. I've been watching this documentary about the coronavirus and its effects on our mental health and well-being, and it's so interesting seeing how so many unseen health factors are at play and how this lockdown is affecting us more than we think. If you want to watch the same documentary as well, you can do so by subscribing for free for today's sponsor CuriosityStream and get access to your Nebula subscription as well, which is a platform made by video creators, myself included, where we're able to share our content without YouTube's restrictive policies. By clicking the link in the description box below, you will get both subscriptions, and you can pay less than $15 a year for the yearly subscription and get access to literally thousands of documentaries for that price. You can then get a lot of information, take your notes, and insert all of that in your new organization system that we've discussed today. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you next week. Bye guys!